Once upon a time, in a shining corner of the frozen kingdom of Arendelle, where snowflakes danced like little stars and the sky seemed to be made of crystal, there was a gentle and beautiful legend about a rare flower called Frostbloom, known as the wish flower. They said it only bloomed when winter and spring held hands for one magical moment, and that its petals glowed in shades of blue, lilac, and silver, as if they held the light of the moon and the warmth of the sun within them. Anna and Elsa had always heard this story when they were children, told by the elders of the castle while they drank hot chocolate in front of the fireplace, but they never imagined that one day this legend would become part of a real adventure. On a clear and gently cold morning, as Elsa walked through the gardens, covered with a thin layer of sparkling ice, she felt a different vibration in the air, as if the earth itself were calling her name in a delicate whisper. Anna, always curious, noticed the sparkle in her sister's eyes and ran to meet her, asking what had happened, and Elsa told her that she felt the presence of an ancient magic awakening near the enchanted forest. Kristoff, who was taking care of the reindeer with Sven, heard the conversation and came closer, saying that the trees in that region only made that soft sound when something very special was about to be born. Olaf, excited, began to imagine what such a wishing flower would be like, and said that, if it really granted wishes, he would wish for a summer full of snow clouds, so he could play without melting. With curious smiles and hearts full of hope, they all decided to follow the icy path together, where the trees gently bent as if showing the right way. The air smelled of pine and magic, and the closer they got to the heart of the forest, the more the ground shimmered beneath their feet like a carpet of stars. Suddenly, in the middle of a perfect circle of pure snow, there it was, the Frostbloom, more beautiful than any story could describe, with glowing petals that moved softly, as if breathing, spreading a calm and cozy light all around. Everyone stood in silence, enchanted and moved, feeling the pure and kind energy that came from that flower. Elsa stepped closer with the greatest care, feeling that there was no danger at all, only an ancient force that recognized the goodness in their hearts. A sweet voice, like the sound of tiny bells in the wind, echoed through the air, explaining that the Frostbloom would grant 3 wishes, but only if they were made with love, generosity, and a true desire to help someone. Anna, always thinking of others, closed her eyes and wished that the entire kingdom would have warmer and happier days, where children could play in the snow without feeling too cold, and all the crops would grow strong and beautiful when spring arrived. The flower shone even brighter, and a soft wave of light spread through the forest like a warm hug, carrying the promise of a bright future. Kristoff, with a pure heart, wished that all the creatures of the forest would have food, shelter, and protection through every winter to come, so that no little animal would suffer from cold or hunger. Once again, the Frostbloom pulsed with joyful light, and suddenly small crystal fruits appeared on the trees. Soft moss covered the ground, and warm caves formed among the rocks, ready to shelter any creature in need. Olaf, feeling that he also wanted to help, thought carefully and made a special wish that every child in the world could feel the same joy, friendship, and hope that filled that moment, even on the most difficult days. When he finished his wish, the flower released a shower of sparkling lights that rose up into the sky and spread in every direction, like traveling stars carrying happiness wherever they went. The Frostbloom, now with its glow gently fading, seemed to smile in gratitude, and its sweet voice explained that its powers would always be awakened by those who chose goodness, unity, and kindness above all else. With tears of emotion in her eyes, Elsa thanked the flower and promised that she would always protect that forest and the magic that lived there, so that future generations could also feel its beauty and kindness. Anna hugged Elsa tenderly, happy to know that the true enchantment of wishes was not only in asking for something for oneself, but in thinking about the good of everyone around them. They walked back to the castle, and along the way they saw signs that the magic was already beginning to work. Dry branches turned green, small colorful flowers appeared among the snow, and birds sang beautiful melodies celebrating the new energy that filled Arendelle. When they reached the kingdom, they noticed that the people also felt something different, as if a wave of joy had touched every heart, making everyone kinder, more united, and more hopeful. Days passed, and the legend of the Frostbloom grew even stronger, but now it was no longer just an ancient story. It was a living memory of the day when friendship, love, and good wishes transformed the world around them into an even more enchanted place. Whenever someone felt sad, they only needed to look at the fields shining under the sun, or the happy snowflakes dancing in the sky to remember that true magic lives inside the heart of those who choose to spread goodness. And so, in that kingdom of ice and enchantment, everyone learned that even in the coldest seasons, the warm feelings of love, friendship, and generosity are able to make the most beautiful miracles bloom of all. Like, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends, and watch the next enchanted adventure. Frozen, the Aurora's secret map to hidden springs. Enchanted Kids Story.